Hello and welcome to Loud Online Video Edition number 3. My name is Brian and I'm the editor of Loud Online. This is our semi-regular little video blog where we catch you up on a few things you may not have found out through other means, or if you have, you might just enjoy listening to me talk at you. I don't know. The first thing we're going to get to this time is the repackage of Motorhead's No Sleep Till Hammersmith. This was their only #1 album in the UK, or anywhere in the world actually, from 1981. It was from the All Access Go For It tour, and this is a glorious package. We'll go through it now. I'll tell you what's in it. Now, somebody did suggest that I do an unboxing of this, but I don't really want to at the moment. Plus, as you can see behind me, there's not much going on. I'm kind of in the middle of moving, so if I unbox this now, you could sort of get damaged in the move, and I don't really want that because this is amazing. It not only has a remastered version of No Sleep Till Hammersmith, it has all full recordings of all 3 concerts from which this album was culled. It has 81 European Tour badge, the Motorhead England guitar pick. It's got a double-sided A3 concert poster. It's got footage, not footage, but interviews and the story behind the tour in a booklet with that. So that's a pretty impressive package from BMG. It sort of follows after the Ace of Spades one that came out last year. Secondly, from the other side of the room, the Sabotage Super Deluxe Edition. This, of course, was Black Sabbath's 6th album. This is the 3rd one they've done recently. Of course, before this one, they did Volume 4 earlier this year, and of course, they did the Paranoid album last year to celebrate the 50th anniversary of that album coming out. This has a remastered version of the Sabotage album plus 2 live recordings from the tour at the time. There's also a 4th CD which has the single of the original single of Am I Going Insane. It's also got, I'm just looking at the back here, a replica concert book. It's got a tour poster, color tour poster, remastered art, 60-page book, another big package here, another one that was suggested I unbox, but again, I'm not going to do that at the moment because there's too much other stuff going on in my life, so we'll leave that for the moment. But those 2 things are something you should really look out for. Another thing you should look out for on the local music front, Aftermath were a Sydney death metal band from the early to mid 90s. They're one of Sydney's first death metal bands. They supported a lot of the international acts that came out during the period. They never actually got to release a long-promised album. They split up after a couple of demos, and they recently got back together. I think they had 3 or 4 attempts at it. Finally got back together earlier this year. They played their first show in 25 years recently at the Bridge in Leichhardt with The Plague, and pretty much sold that venue out. So that's a pretty good result for them. They have put their 2 demos together on a CD called Remastermath. So there's not really any guessing where they got that name from. The first pressing, I believe, is already sold out. So they've done more. That's available on their Bandcamp page. Check out that if you want some early Aussie old school death metal revived. Keeping with the letter A, Sydney heavy rock band Avalanche released their EP Secondhand Band about a month ago. These guys are pretty damn cool if you want to check out stuff like 70s period AC/DC or some pretty gnarly sort of Nashville Pussy style rock and roll. These guys are doing it pretty well. They're a young bunch of players. They're in the middle of a national tour at the moment, and their EP has been getting some pretty good plaudits. It's raw, unadulterated, heavy rock, and if that's your game, I think these guys will please you with the results from their EP. Check it out. Look out for it on Spotify. It's called Secondhand Band, and if they're playing anywhere near where you might be living and you could get to a show, get along to it, check them out. They're really cool. Another album I'm going to talk about right now is the self-titled album by Helloween. That's been getting some pretty rave reviews. I gave it 9 out of 10. when I reviewed it recently for Hysteria Mag, and on Loud Online we actually gave it 10 out of 10. And our writer there, Paul, reckons it's probably one of the best heavy metal albums, not only of this year, but probably in a long time. It's certainly the best thing Halloween's done in a very, very long time. It's getting back together with Kai Hansen and Michael Kiske, and doing a bunch of songs. That's 7 of them now. It's epic, it's heavy, and it's got a bit of an old school feel to it in lots of ways too. They're using the late Ingo, their original drummer. They're using his kit that they actually found the original owner, or the owner of that kit, and got it off him so they could record this album with it. And the 7 of them got together and put this album together in the aftermath, to use that word again, of the Pumpkins United tour, and it's pretty good. If you were anything of a fan of Halloween before, I think you'd be very, very pleased with the results. It's I reckon it's a bit of a game changer actually for their style of music now. It's an excellent album indeed. Another one going a completely different direction from Halloween is Hacktivist. This may not necessarily be to everyone's style. These guys, they're a British band. If you don't know who they are, they're a cross of some sort of grime, electronica, and some metal stuff. It's pretty intense, pretty angry. Very, very well done though, and it's their album's called Hyper Dialogue. And there's a couple of singles that have come out from that already. Look for them on YouTube if you want to check them out before you go any deeper into it. It is, I guess, sort of an acquired taste. If you have any idea, or you've had any experience with the grime scene, just sort of mix it up with a little bit of industrialized, really full-on metal, and yeah, you might get some out of it. It's very different from a lot of stuff that I talk about here, and I've talked about in the past. But I quite enjoyed it, although it's it's probably not something that I would normally listen to be honest. But find the tracks on YouTube and give it a bit of a listen. Spent some time in the last edition talking about My Chemical Romance's tour. That's now sold out. Of course, to be expected, really, I guess. Would be absolutely no surprises there. First tour in a very long time, and a lot of people who probably wanted to see them last year were probably first in line to snap up those tickets. So they're all gone, and there's no word about whether they're going to add any shows to that tour. So if you missed out, I guess you've missed out. Locally, there's still some shows going on and tours going on around the country, despite some of the shutdowns in some parts of the country. Polaris go through their shows in Queensland this week. They're on tour with Deadlights around the country at the moment. The Meanies, of course, who were supposed to be appearing in Queensland this weekend because they are based in Victoria, they've had to shift their Queensland appearances until later in the year. Of course, they were supposed to be taking part also in Spring Loaded up there this weekend, the 19th of June. That show is still going ahead, but the Melbourne-based artists that were going to be on the bill have been replaced. So at least the show is going ahead with a bit of a change to the lineup there. And the Cosmic Psychos are doing a show. They're doing a live worldwide stream show to announce their new album. The new album is called Mountain of Piss, because what else would it be called as a Cosmic Psychos album? And their national tour is going through the country in August. For this edition, thanks for watching once again. Check the links below, and take care until next time. Hopefully I'll be a little bit closer to finding a new place to live, and I'll be able to bring you a little bit more content next time. But until then, everyone, take care, and thanks for watching.